أشرقت نفسي بنور من فؤادي حينما رددت يا رب العباد وانتشت روحي وصار الدمع يجري يا إلهي خذ بقلبي للرشاد.
الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا كلوا من طيبات ما رزقناكم واشكروا لله إن كنتم إياه تعبدون. إنما حرم عليكم الميتة والدم ولحم الخنزير وما أهل به لغير الله فمن اضطر غير باغ ولا عاد فلا إثم عليه إن الله غفور رحيم. إن الذين يكتمون ما أنزل الله من الكتاب ويشترون به ثمنا قليلا أولئك ما يأكلون في بطونهم إلا النار ولا يكلمهم الله يوم القيامة ولا يزكيهم ولهم عذاب أليم. أولئك الذين اشتروا الضلالة بالهدى والعذاب بالمغفرة فما أصبرهم على النار. صدق الله مولانا العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Allah Jalla Jalaluhu wa Amma Nawaluhu says, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu, O believers, Kulu min tayyibati ma razaqnakum, eat from the pure and clean articles which I have granted to you. Washkuru lillahi, and pay the thanks for it to your Lord. In kuntum iyyahu ta'budun, if you are purely and exclusively worshipper of your God. Innama harrama alaykumul maytata waddama walahmal khinzir. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has forbade for you only the dead bodies of the lawful animals, waddama, and the blood, walahmal khinzir, and pork, means the flesh and meat of the pig, wama uhilla bihi li ghayrillah, and whatever is slaughtered in the name of other than Allah. فَمَنِ اضْطُرَّ غَيْرَ بَاغٍ وَلَا آدٍ, and whosoever is compelled by the circumstances without his personal rebellion against the law or against the Sharia, and without any aggression and any violation of the Islamic law, فَلَا إِسْمَ عَلَيْهِ, So there is no sin for him if he eat all of the prohibited things. Inna Allah Ghafurur Rahim. Verily Allah is of forgiving and the compassionate. Inna alladhina yaktumuna ma anzala Allahu min al-kitab. Verily those people who conceal whatever was revealed from the book, وَيَشْتَرُونَ بِهِ ثَمَنًا قَلِيلًا, and they gain certain scanty money, trifle money for the verses of those revealed books. أُولَٰئِكَ مَا يَأْكُلُونَ فِي بُطُونِهِمْ إِلَّا النَّارِ. They does not fill up in their stomach except the fire. وَلَا يُكَلِّمُهُمُ اللَّهُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not talk to them on the judgment day. وَلَا يُزَكِّيهِمْ. And will not purify them, sanctify them. وَلَهُمْ عَذَابٌ أَلِيمٌ. And there is very painful chastisement for them. أُولَٰئِكَ الَّذِينَ اشْتَرَوُا الضَّلَالَةَ بِالْهُدَىٰ وَالْعَذَابَ بِالْمَغْفِرَةِ. These are the same people as sold the guidance for the misguidance, the proper guidance for the misleading, wal azab bil maghfirah, and they have sold the redemption, the pardon of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the punishment. فَمَا أَصْبَرَهُمْ عَلَى النَّارِ. And what a bold they are on the fire. So this is the verbal translation of the passage I recited before you. Now here, Quran says, when all of the humanity are not watchful or mindful about the lawful and unlawful food, you should, being a Muslim, very vigilant about the purity and about the sanctity and about the validity of your food, your edible things, because all of the devotions are accepted provided that your livings are lawful. If your livings are not lawful, your prayer would not be accepted. All of the devotions and prayers are depending on the valid and purified and lawful edible things, lawful livings. If your livings are dubitable or unlawful or invalidated, so however you do, the devotions would not be accepted and your prayer would be rejected. For the acceptance of the prayer, you will have to purify your livings. Therefore, I shall request all of the Muslims to purify their livings, their daily earnings, because all of the bad effects on the atmosphere, on the family, on the daughters, on the sons, on the total member of the families are mostly because of the unlawful and invalid livings. Therefore, all of the Muslims are requested to purify and to sanctify and to validate their livings. Without lawful livings, no devotion exists and no prayer is accepted. Quran says, once upon a time, Nabi Kareem ﷺ was requested by Hazrat Sa'd ibn Waqas radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. He said, O my holy Prophet, I mostly ask favor, but my favor is not accepted. Nabi Kareem ﷺ answered him that he should purify his livings and his edible things, then his prayer would never be rejected. The acceptance of the prayer and favor depends on the purity of the livings. So all of the misrepresentations in your daily life, this is also a cause of adulteration of your food. If you are telling a lie while trading, while selling the things in the groceries, you assure the customer that that thing is very purified, very nice, very fine, but really that is not fine. So this is a misrepresentation and telling a lie. This also affects the purity of the livings. Therefore, all of the Muslims requested to speak a truth and to be very honest, whether the customer is Muslim or non-Muslims. Similarly, the gambling and the drinking, the alcohol, this is also a cause of adulteration of the food. Therefore, all of the Muslims are requested to be fully abiding by the law and regulations prescribed by Kitabullah and Sunnat Rasulullah. Then your life would be very pleasant and you will flourish very much. And the previous Muslims can be exemplified in this connection, that the Muslims who were fully and strictly abiding by the rules and regulations prescribed by Kitabullah and Sunnat Rasulullah, they were very prosperous as well. They were very happy people as well, and there was a peace, and there was a reasonable balance in their life. Quran says, "Washkuru lillahi in kuntum iyyahu ta'budun," and you should pay the thanks for the bounties granted to you by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because this is an assurance for the bounties already granted to you. Quran says, "La in shakartum la azidannakum," if you pay the thanks for the previous bounties, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will increase the volume of the bounties and you will not be deprived of the prosperity or the bounties. If a Muslim tries to ensure his health, his wealth, his honor, his prestige, he should be very thankful for the previous bounties. Inshallah Aziz, the day by day he will progress by leaps and bounds. Quran says, "In kuntum iyyahu ta'budun," means this is emphasis lied by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is being worshipped by Muslims. If you are only the believer in Allah, your duty is to avoid all of the things prohibited and invalidated by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. إنما حرم عليكم الميتة والدم ولحم الخنزير وما أهل به لغير الله. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has prohibited only the dead bodies, the carcass, the carrion, the animals which are lawful and valid to be slaughtered according to Islamic law. If they died without the proper slaughtering by a Muslim or Islamic way, so that is called carrion or carcass, means they are not valid. These are not to be benefited from by the Muslims. Even Imam Abu Hanifa and certain other Muslim jurists are of the opinion that the meat of these animals should not be given even to the game birds. For instance, the eagle, the shaheen, the hawk, they are meat-eating birds, but the meat of the carrion or carcass should not be given to the birds of the game as well. Means the hawk should not be feeded by this one. And according to certain other Muslim scholars, they are not allowed to give the meat of the dead bodies to the animals as well. Even the dogs, the other eating animals should not be fed on the dead bodies of the lawful animals. Only if the hide of such an animal is tanned, that can be used for the shoes or for the other purposes, because all of the hides, all of the skins of the unlawful animal, if they are tamed, they are lawful to be used, except the hide of the human being or the pig, the hide of the skin of the pig is unlawful after the taming as well, because that is unlawful from top to bottom, and neither form of that one is lawful to be used on account of its impurity, its filth, and the skin and hide of the human being is unlawful to be tamed or unlawful to be used after the taming as well, because a human being is a sacred and reverent thing. If the taming or using of the human hide is permitted by Islam, then it would have caused a disgrace to the humanity, since human being is an entity in the world which was prostrated for. The angels prostrated in front of the human being. Therefore, a human being is a highly respectable person. Therefore, the flesh of human being, in spite of the fact that the flesh of human being is the most tasty comparatively than the other animals in the world, even then the eating of the flesh of humanity was not allowed, because thus the disgrace and dishonor and blasphemy against the human being would have been caused. Quran says, وَالدَّمَ, and the blood, not any blood, but the blood which was flown out from the animals at the time of slaughtering, that blood is unlawful. Or any blood coming out from any part of the body, that is unlawful, because there are two bloods which were permitted by the Holy Prophet. One is spleen and the other one of the liver. These two blood come out from the spleen and the liver, but yet they are lawful. If they are spilled on the clothes, even then the prayer is valid with them, because that is not impure or that is not a filth. وَلَخْمُ الْخِنْزِيرِ, and the flesh of the pig, which is called pork, is not lawful. Only the flesh was mentioned, the bones, the hairs, the skin, and the other things were not mentioned here, because the main thing which can be used is the flesh. So this is a type of metaphorical use, that only the flesh was mentioned, but all of the component part and constituents were referred to. Means neither part of the pig is lawful to be used by any Muslims. Here the Quran says, وَمَا أُهِلَّ بِهِ لِغَيْرِ اللَّهِ, and whatever was slaughtered in the name of other than Allah, that is also lawful. So this is a disputed matter among the later Muslims. The previous Muslims were agreed that any animal which was slaughtered in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was completely lawful and completely permissible for every Muslim to eat. But in the late, especially the Indian later Muslim scholars, they caused a dispute about the legality of this type of the animal. Mostly they try to say that any animal which was fixed or appointed for the communication of reward to the soul of Hazrat Ghaus Saqalain radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, or Khwaja Gharib Nawaz Sultan Hind Sarkar, or to the soul of Hazrat Haidar Karrar, or to the soul of any other reverend like companion of the Holy Prophet, Abu Bakr Siddiq or Umar Farooq or Usman Ghani, may Allah please with all of them. They say that all of the animals which are appointed for the communication of reward to them are unlawful under this very verse, because they believe that the fame of any animal in the name of other than Allah is referred to by this verse. But we say that this is not this does not contain the meaning of fame or prestige or commonly known by the Muslims, but here it means that any animal slaughtered in the name of other than Allah is unlawful. But they say that no, when a thing is famous, when an animal is famous in the name of other than Allah, that is unlawful. They say that when a goat or a sheep or a cow is appointed in the name of Hazrat Qusayl radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, so it became to be known by the Muslims as a cow of Hazrat Qusayl, as a cow of Hazrat Ali radiyallahu anhu, as a consecration in the name of Hassan and Hussein. So since it became famous in the name of other than Allah, this is a cause of illegality and invalidation according to them. But we say that the fame and reputation is not referred to here. We say that here slaughtering is referred to. Now this dispute can be patched up by means of the previous references of the time of the Holy Prophet. Firstly, they say that uhilla is not used for the slaughtering of animal. It is mostly used for the fame, for the reputation, for the announcement, for the publicization. When something is publicized in the name of other than Allah, according to them, that is unlawful. We say that the publicization is not meant here, but here it means that if anything is slaughtered in other than the name of Allah, that is unlawful. But just to establish the fact who is in the right, we will have to refer to the previous resources. The previous resources, first of all, they say that since uhilla, ahalla yuhillu ihlalan does not mean the slaughtering. We say that it was mentioned, it was referred to as slaughtering. And if you demand us, we shall refer the previous reference in this connection. First of all, the dictionary will show that whether ahalla yuhillu ihlalan means to slaughter. The first source of this meaning is the dictionary. The parent dictionary in Islam are only 3 dictionaries. First one is As-Sihal al-Jawhari. The second one is the Taj al-Urus li-Zubaydi. The third one is Lisan al-Arab by Ibn Manzoor Afriki. But the last one is the most famous, most reliable, most detailed in 15 volumes. So the volume concerning with the subject is in front of me, and I shall show you here. Here Ibn Manzoor says that ahalla yuhillu ihlalan. This is used for the slaughtering, and this meaning cannot be challenged by any person in the world. He says that ahalla yuhillu ihlalan, it was preliminary used for the raising the voice, just like a person happen to see the crescent moon. He says hillal halal, means the moon was sighted. But afterwards they say that sometimes they would slaughter the animal, and they would say that ahlaltu zabihata, meaning I have slaughtered the animal. So this was mentioned in their book. They say that in the last of this book, it says, that وَهُوَ مَا زُبِخَ لِلْآلِهَةِ وَذَلِكَ لِأَنَّ الزَّابِخَ كَانَ يُسَمِّيهَا إِنْ دَ الزِّبْحَ. He says that ihlal means to slaughter the animal, because at the time of saying the takbir, one would say Allahu Akbar, Bismillah, Allahu Akbar, since at the time of slaughtering the sound would be raised by the slaughtered person, therefore it was used for the slaughtering. وَهُوَ مَا زُبِخَ لِلْآلِهَةِ وَمَا أُهِلَّ بِهِ لِغَيْرِ اللَّهِ. This is Ibn Manzoor Afriqi, the volume number 11, the page number 701. He says that here, وَمَا أُهِلَّ بِهِ لِغَيْرِ اللَّهِ وَهُوَ مَا زُبِخَ لِلْآلِهَةِ. Here it does not mean that anything became famous, became to be known in the name of other than Allah, but it means that whatever was slaughtered in the name of other than Allah. So this is the first source of information according to the lexicographical meaning. Here he says that on the page of 701, he says وَمَا أُهِلَّ لِغَيْرِ اللَّهِ بِهِ وَمَا زُبِخَ لِلْآلِهَةِ. Here it means that whatever was slaughtered in the name of other than Allah, وَذَلِكَ لِأَنَّ الزَّابِخَ كَانَ يُسَمِّيهَا إِنْ دَ الزِّبْحَ. So this was meant because any person who would slaughter the animal, he would raise the voice. Therefore, raising the voice is equivalent to the slaughtering of the animal. فَذَلِكَ هُوَ الْإِهْلَالِ. So this is why we can say that the ihlal is slaughtering. And here the Tarjuman al-Quran, who was announced by the Holy Prophet as Tarjuman al-Quran, the person who was translator and interpreter of the Holy Quran, was Hazrat Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. If he refers to the meaning, that would be a conclusive authority. Firstly, we are to show that the word ihlal was used for the slaughtering. So when uhilla bihi li ghayrillah, this word was derived from ahalla yuhillu ihlalan, which means that to slaughter an animal. So what is the reason for you to change the meaning of the verse of the Holy Quran, determined by Nabi Kareem himself and by Hazrat Abdullah ibn Abbas, Tarjuman al-Quran? Once upon a time, when Nabi Kareem went to the bathroom, and Hazrat Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhu filled up a jug of the water for the ablution of Nabi Kareem. When Nabi Kareem came back, and he was overjoyed to see the proceeding of a small boy, he said, as you filled the jug with the water, I shall request my Allah to fill your heart with the sciences, with the ulum, and with the wisdom. Then he became the Tarjuman al-Quran. When he came to Muhammad Rasulullah, he was a small boy. But when Nabi Kareem prayed for him, he was the Tarjuman al-Quran. Here he says, this is Tafseer Abbasi, page number 24, وَمَا أُهِلَّ بِهِ لِغَيْرِ اللَّهِ. Here he says, وَمَا أُهِلَّ بِهِ لِغَيْرِ اللَّهِ مَا زُبِخَ لِغَيْرِ اسْمِ اللَّهِ أَمَدًا لِلْأَصْنَامِ. Here this verse means that whatever was slaughtered, he did not translate that, whatever became famous in the name of other than Allah, whatever was known in the name of other than Allah. This is not the meaning of the verse according to Hazrat Abdullah ibn Abbas. He says, Ma uhilla bihi lighayrillah, ma zubikha, whatever was slaughtered, lighayri ismillahi, in the name of other than Allah, amadan, intentionally, lil asname, for the idols. Means according to Hazrat Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, that animal would be unlawful and invalid when a person slaughters an animal in the name of other than Allah intentionally for the idols. Otherwise that animal can be investigated, but directly that cannot be invalidated. So it was established by means of the dictionary of Ibn Manzur that uhilla means whatever was slaughtered, not whatever was known in the name of other than Allah. This is not a matter of fame, but this is a matter of slaughtering. So it means that the meaning was changed from the slaughtering to the fame. This fame was not mentioned neither by Nabi Kareem himself nor his companion. The other objection is this word was not used for the slaughtering in the dictionary. The dictionary was also located and offered in front of you, and if I refer to this fact that ihlal means slaughtering by the tongue of Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, and in the book of Nawab Siddiq al-Kandoji, here this is Fathul Bayan fi Maqasid al-Quran. This is a first Ali Hadith and very great and famous scholar of Ali Hadith. He refers here, he says that he says وَرُوِيَ عَنْ عَلِيٍّ رَضِيَ اللَّهُ تَعَالَى عَنْهُ. It was reported referring to Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, أنه قال, he said, إِذَا سَمِعْتُمُ الْيَهُودَ وَالنَّصَارَى يُهِلُّونَ لِغَيْرِ اللَّهِ. Here yuhilluna was used the same radical, the same sentence, the same chapter, the same bab. Ahalla yuhillu ilalan, with the ha of two eyes. This is from halal. Here Hazrat Mawla Murtaza was reported to have said, when you listen with your own ears the Jews and Christians mentioning the name of other than Allah, then you should not eat that slaughtered animal. And if you don't listen Jews and Christians mentioning the name of other than Allah, when you don't listen them, you are allowed to eat the slaughtered and other edible things by the Jews and Christians, because Quran says وَطُعَامُ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ حِلٌّ لَكُمْ, and the edible things, the food of the people of the book are lawful for you. Here indiscriminately Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allowed the Muslims to eat anything by Jews and Christians. Hazrat Haidar Karar here says وَإِذَا سَمِعْتُمُ الْيَهُودَ وَالنَّصَارَى yuhilluna mein yuzabbihuna. Here with the reference to Hazrat Ali radiallahu anhu was established that the ihlal means to slaughter. So when the dictionary of Ibn Manzur and the quotation of Hazrat Ali radiallahu anhu and reference of Hazrat Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu established the fact that ihlal does not mean to become famous or to be known by the common people, but here it means to slaughter the animal. If animal is slaughtered in the name of other than Allah, with the name of other than Allah, it means just you say Bismillah Allahu Akbar. Instead of Bismillah Allahu Akbar, you say Bismillah Ghawsul Sakalain, Bismillah Muhammad. So that would be unlawful, because here slaughter was meant here from the ihlal. Now I would like to refer the other quotations. This is the quotation by Fathul Bayan fi Maqasid al-Quran by Nawab Siddiq al-Kandoji, who passed away 1253, and Shawkani passed away in 1253, and Nawab Siddiq al-Kandoji was born in 102,049, means at the time of death of Shawkani, Nawab Siddiqul Hasan Kannoji was only 4 years old, but he says that I am pupil and a disciple of Shawkani, when there was no precedent of their meeting with each other, but yet he claims that he is a student of Shawkani. When he passed away, Shawkani passed away, Siddiqul Hasan Kannoji was hardly 4 years old. Even then he claims. But this book is Fathul Bayan fi Maqasid al-Quran, and page number 276. This reference starts from 275 and ends at 276. So it was established that according to the statement of Hazrat Ali Sher Khuda radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, it was referring to the slaughter, not to the prestige or to the fame, to be known as the animal of somebody else. Here, first of all, very most senior Muslim scholar, Hazrat Imam Abu Bakr Jassas, who passed away in 370 AH, and he was the first person to write the book on the legal aspect of the Holy Quran. The verses dealing with the law, whether civil law or criminal law or matrimonial law or the international law or any other law, all of the verses concerning with the legal order were discussed and explained by Imam Abu Bakr Jassas, and his book is with the name of Ahkamul Quran, and he passed away 370 AH. He writes here, he says that we are to determine the meaning of Uhilla bihi li ghairillah, whether here an animal who is famous, who is commonly known with the name of other than Allah is unlawful, or here this Uhilla refers to the slaughtered animal. He says that وَلَا خِلَافَ بَيْنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ أَنَّ الْمُرَادَ بِهِ الذَّبِيحَةُ إِذَا أُهِلَّ بِهَا لِغَيْرِ اللَّهِ إِنْ the ذِبْحِ. He says that in the Muslim quarters there is no difference of opinion whether Shafi, Maliki, Hanbali, Hanafi, all of the 4 schools were agreed to the fact that here ma uhilla bihi li ghairillah, here an animal was not referred which was known in the name of other than Allah. If knowledge of any animal in the name of other than Allah would have been unlawful, then all of the animals are attributed to the owner. This bull is such a Chaudhry Sahab, this cow is such a Raja Sahab, and this goat is of such a Shah Sahab or Maulana. Then all of the lawful animals would have been prohibited because they are known with the name of other than Allah. But here it does not mean that any animal who came to be known as an animal of other than Allah, that is unlawful. But here it means that up to the 370 AH, means up to the last part of the 4th Islamic century, there was no even a single Muslim to differ with the fact. He says that there is no difference of opinion among the Muslims that here this word refers to an animal who has come to be known for other than Allah. But here this word shows that this word refers to the animal which is slaughtered in the name of other than Allah. So it means that all of these differences of opinion among the Muslims is a deed of the later Muslims. The previous Muslims were not differing in this matter. He says that he says وَأَجَازُوا ذَبِيحَةَ النَّصْرَانِيَّةِ إِذَا سَمَّى عَلَيْهَا بِاسْمِ الْمَسِيحِ وَهُوَ مَذْهَبُ عَطَاء وَمَكْحُولٍ وَالْحَسَنِ وَالشَّعْبِي وَسَعِيدٍ بِنِ الْمُسَيِّبِ. Means we are not believing that if any person names any other person at the time of slaughtering, so that animal is lawful. According to us, that animal is not lawful which was slaughtered with the name of other than Allah. But they say that the other than Allah can be referred to for other than the Christian or Jews, and Christian or Jews, their slaughtered animal were allowed unconditionally. Therefore, there are certain Muslim scholars from the companion and from 2 companion and 5 successor. They believe that if the Jews or Christian, they name their own prophet and Uzair alayhi salam or Jesus, may grace and peace of Allah be upon him, even then that animal is lawful, because Quran Majid has allowed all of the Muslims to eat and to have the food of the people of the book. The Jews and Christians' food are lawful for all of the Muslims without any condition. According to this fact, they believe that even if they mention the name of Jesus or Uzair alayhi salam, even then their slaughtered animal are lawful. But according to us, if any person at any time, at the time of slaughtering an animal, that cannot be validated according to us. But there are certain Muslim scholars who believe that even if the name of other than Allah was mentioned at the time of slaughtering by the Jews and Christians, even then that animal is lawful. Because they say that وَقَالُوا إِنَّ اللَّهَ تَعَالَى سُبْحَانَهُ وَتَعَالَى قَدْ أَبَاخَ أَكْلَ ذَبَائِحِهِمْ مَعَ عِلْمِهِ بِأَنَّهُمْ يُحِلُّونَ بِاسْمِ الْمَسِيحِ عَلَى ذَبَائِحِهِمْ وَهُوَ مَذْهَبُ الْأَوْزَاعِيِّ وَاللَّيْثِ بِنْ سَعْدٍ أيضا. It means the successors, the companion of companion, the successors, more than 7 persons, they are believing that even if the name of Jesus was mentioned at the time of slaughter and animal was slaughtered with the name of Jesus, the slaughtered animal is lawful to eat. But this is not our religion. We say that Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala was mentioned, إِذَا سَمِعْتُمُ الْيَهُودَ وَالنَّصَارَى يُحِلُّونَ لِغَيْرِ اللَّهِ فَلَا تَأْكُلُوا وَإِذَا لَمْ تَسْمَعُوهُمْ فَكُلُوا فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ قَدْ أَحَلَّ ذَبَائِحَهُمْ وَهُوَ يَعْلَمُ مَا يَقُولُونَ. Hazrat Ali Murtaza Sharif Khuda radiallahu ta'ala says that if you listen with your own ears the Jews and Christians mentioning the name of other than Allah, mentioning the name of Jesus or Uzair, so you should not eat that animal. This is quotation of Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala. Hazrat Sayyid Naeemuddin Muradabadi has also mentioned in Khazainul Irfan at this verse, وَطُعَامُ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ هِلٌّ لَكُمْ. Here he writes the same quotation of Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala. But here ahalla yuhillu ihlalan means zabbaha yuzabbihu tasbihan, means it was established that according to the statement of Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala, ihlal means to slaughter, not means to become famous or to become known. So this was a quotation by Imam Abu Bakr Jassas. And now I would like to establish the fact by Tafseer bil Masur. Tafseer bil Masur, here Imam Tabari Rahmatullah Alayhi says, Tabari Sharif, volume number 2 and page number 50. He says, Hatta qila likulli zabin yusammi or lam yusammi jahara bit tasmiyate or lam yajhar muhillan, means whenever a person slaughters an animal, he may or may not louden the voice, but even then he is called muhill, means slaughtering person. So it was established by Tafseer bil Masur. The exegesis, transmissive exegesis, also approved the fact that it does not mean to become, to be known, but this means that when an animal is slaughtered, that would be invalid. He says that فَرَفُهُمْ أَصْوَاتُهُمْ بِذَلِكَ هُوَ الْإِهْلَالِ, and the louding the voice at this time of slaughtering is ihlal. وَمِنْهُ إِسْتِهْلَالُ السَّبِي. Similarly, the small baby, when he cries, his cry is also called ihlal, because he raises the voice. But here he says that وَمَا أُهِلَّ بِهِ لِغَيْرِ اللَّهِ فَإِنَّهُ يَانِي بِهِ مَا ذُبِحَ لِلْآلِهَةِ. Here مَا أُهِلَّ بِهِ لِغَيْرِ اللَّهِ means whatever was slaughtered in the name of other than Allah, that is unlawful. Inshallah, the next part of this very verse and the other references concerning with the subject would be referred to and would be quoted in the next lecture, inshallah ta'ala. وَمَا عَلَيْنَا إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ الْمُبِينُ وَآخِرُ دَعْوَانَا أَنِ الْحَمْدُ